Welcome drone video fans, and this is the 16th video in my Covered Bridges of Ashtabula County, Ohio series. This one will be covering the State Road Bridge, a bridge originally built in 1831 that lasted until 1898, went under disrepair and was torn down, and then this bridge was designed and built by Astabula County Engineer John Smolen and opened in 1983. This bridge runs from northwest to southeast, and we're looking at the southeast face here and climbing up a little bit to be able to get a look at the roof. The bridge itself is 157 feet long, but the portion which it spans over the Conneaut Creek, which is underneath it, is only 140 feet. So the span is 140 feet, the length is 157 feet. We're moving out over the top of the bridge here and looking down. You can see some of the cap shingles, or most of the cap shingles, are missing, but the rest of the roof is in good shape. A little discoloration at the end there on the right side, caused by the overhanging trees that you see there so close by. So we're looking now in the northwest direction as this bridge runs in that direction. The clearance of this bridge, by the way, is 16 feet 2 inches, so it's a fairly good size. There's a good height to it and easy passage for almost any kind of a vehicle. Now we're turning and looking to the west here and down the Conneaut Creek, which is lined, of course, on each side by trees, and the floor of this whole area is of shale, which is pretty common in this area. We've dropped down here considerably and gotten closer to the trees so that we're able to turn around and get a western view, or a view of the western part of the bridge itself, and we'll move out here a little bit over the waters of Conneaut Creek to be able to better see the western face of this bridge. So as we turn back here, one thing to notice is the width of the window or slot area that shows the lattice work. That was constructed and designed to be much larger than most of the bridges that we've seen up to this point. Allows a lot more light into the bridge, a lot more ventilation, and we'll be looking at it a little more close up here shortly as I bring the Phantom in closer to get a close look. Again, this is the west side, the side that receives most of the weathering, and you'll see that the face boards are weathered but still in good shape. You see the hardware detail holding all of the lattice work together in both directions here. I kind of pan in both directions to get a little bit of a look at that, and you know that we're pretty much right here in the center of the bridge. We're going to drop back down here towards the river and then take a run out to the west here on this Conneaut Creek. You can see some of the little ripples in the water as my Phantom passes over it, and again you can see on the floor of the Conneaut Creek that it's almost all shale. There's a little bit of growth on either side where the shale is broken down a little bit, but for the most part there's nothing that grows up out of the floor of the creek because of the hard shale surface. Here we're coming up on an area where you can see the water definitely running away from us, running to this would be then to the west. So the water flow at this point of the creek Conneaut Creek is east to west. Here we're facing back now to the east again, and we'll see the western face of the State Road Bridge, along with its central concrete support. On either side of it is hewn blocks of I'm not sure if sure they're probably either shale or some kind of a very strong rock. I'm not sure they're not sandstone. That wouldn't hold up at all. But the central support is concrete, and you see the bottom side of the bridge with the timbers that run, the full width of the bridge as we sort of skirt along this way. Now, in order to get down here to the creek level, I had to come down this slope. It doesn't look like much of a slope from this picture, but I can assure you that it was about at least a 20-foot or more drop, and it was kind of precarious going down there, but it's equally precarious flying my Phantom back past all these little shrubs and bushes that are hanging out on either side of the path. But we navigated that okay, and here again you see the parking area with the fresh asphalt added there. I actually took off from that little asphalt area, which was a very smooth takeoff area. Again, we're facing the southeast face of the bridge, clearly marked State Road Bridge. We're going to go inside of it. This bridge was made of 97,000 board feet of southern pine and oak, and that's all used in these timbers, the roof timbers, the lattice work on the side, the boards on the bottom. But just try to wrap your mind around 97,000 board feet of timber. It gives you an idea of the amount of construction work that went into doing this bridge. See, everything is tied together with bolts. We're looking now to the east, through the lattice work. At points you can see iron bars that run from the bottom timbers of the bridge down into the subfloor that we saw on the underneath shot. You can see some of those iron bars right there. Now we're looking again to the west of the Conneaut Creek, and looking through the lattice work as we sort of pan down the span of the bridge. Coming to the end here, there's always usually a face plate with information on it, and rather than bob and weave and everything like that, I grabbed a still and just posted up there so that you can see all the relevant information. And again, the designer was John Smolen, who was the Ashtabula County Engineer at the time, back in 1983 when this bridge was opened up. This bridge was marked the start of the Ashtabula County Covered Bridge Festival, and since that time it's been a very popular event attended by all kinds of people. It's usually held in the early fall, late summer, early fall. This again is the northwestern face of the bridge, and you can see there's not much room to get by on the left hand side to go explore the east of the eastern part of Conneaut Creek, especially with that big dead tree on the bottom over there. But I did notice there was about a 2.5 or 3 foot space between the bridge and this tree on this side, and I thought, oh, what the heck, you've got over 50 years of RC experience and fly FPV racers, this should be nothing for you. So we just kind of squeezed our Phantom right between the bridge and these trees, and got it out over the water so that we could point the gimbal of the Phantom straight down. And as we get to the proper spot, we push the button, and the gimbal aim straight down, you can see the reflection of the sky in Conneaut Creek, and we're going to drop down here. And I always kind of like this interesting effect. As you get closer and closer, you can see the ripples in the water caused by the downdraft of the propellers on the Phantom itself. And we're about 2 or 3 feet above the water here at this point, and now raising up the camera, and you can see the markings on that central concrete support, and you can see watermarks that go up to about 5 or 6 feet. So at times the water was considerably higher than it is right now, and that dead tree that you see in front of us right there is probably the reason I didn't feel like venturing off in the eastern direction down this river, although I could have probably gone around the other side of that concrete support and done it safely, but that would have taken it out of my line of sight even for a short time. So I decided we'll save that for another trip out here and maybe do videos on some of these creeks and streams. So we made it back through the little opening there, and we're gonna make a final pass through here, more or less highlighting the lower portion of the bridge rather than the top. And along the lower portion here, you can see the iron bars that tie the lower support beams into the lower sections of the bridge that we saw underneath from the underneath side. And you see the laminated floorboards, and again the real nice lattice work of the beams. 97,000 board feet of southern pine and oak in this bridge. Here we're coming out again of the southeast end of the bridge and going into the parking lot area. I hope you enjoyed this view of the State Bridge. It's in Monroe Township of Ashtabula County, Ohio. It's certainly one that you would want to visit if you're into these bridges. I hope you enjoyed this video, and we've got a few more bridges to shoot. I hope you'll come back and see the rest of the series. Thank you for watching.